Hey! How are you? This is kind of an unconventional little video. It's not really an episode. We're here right before Robo comes in. We're kind of here early. I wanted to share something with you guys. So, I'm in town. We're separated from the prince and them guys. They're still over there by the bridge. And we'll get back over there eventually. But before we do, I wanted to talk a little bit about my game plan for the future in regards to Fane, and I also need to do a bit of crafting. So I kind of wanted to give a little introduction to people who might be new to the game and how crafting works and things like that. So, open up the crafting menu really quick. I have should have the mortar and pestle. I do. So, I've got the mortar and pestle, and what I'm going to be making are runes. I will need to make fire runes specifically, because fire runes, you can see, give critical chance modifier. Now, right now, Fane has 18% crit chance. That's actually the highest on the team. I thought Sabile would have the highest. She doesn't. Prince has a 2%, Sabile has a 12%, and Losa has a 7%. So Fane has an 18% chance to crit. And I'm speccing Fane for absolute maximum damage. Losa's great support, utility, summons, all that stuff. She's very diverse. She's very set. I'm not changing her path. It's doing really well. Those two, that's up to Robo. He can spec his two characters however he wants. But Fane, his job on the battlefield is to do as much damage as possible every single turn and to hit very, very hard. That's his job. Hi, Kay. How are you? Yeah, she should crit. She should. You're right. Doesn't mean she will, but she should crit every turn if she gets behind her guy. That's true. So, what I'm gonna do with Fane, I have a couple of things I want to do right before Robo gets here. I need to make more fire runes. Now, I also have, Fane also has, not the Red Prince's bag. I don't care about the Red Prince's bag or Sabile's bag. Fane. Fane has in his possession, at least he should, if I ever find it, which I can't see it. Oh, there it is. He has in possession the Ring of Intelligence. Now, it's a level 5 ring. It only gives you 7 magic armor. You can see it's not that impressive compared to the other 2 rings I have. But one thing makes this ring special in the whole game. And we kind of touched on this a little bit in the last videos and stuff. But one thing makes this ring special. It has a socket. It is the only ring in the entire game that has a socket. So we don't want to sell this, because we sell this and that's it. So, if I want to up my crit chance, here's my plan. I'm going to take this ring off. That gives me +1 Necro, +1 Warfare. All this means is I'm going to heal a little bit less, because I'm taking 1 Necro away. And my 2 spells that are Necromancer spells are going to hit just a little bit less hard. But in exchange for that, I get crit chance goes up by 3%. So now it's 21%, okay? I want better runes. In Definitive Edition, runes were nerfed. So if you're familiar with Divinity before Definitive Edition, you're probably thinking, haha, runes, cool, that's awesome. Runes were nerfed. So that's the thing. Also, Robo's ready for the invite, so let me just send him the invite really quick. There we go. Hopefully that means he'll get in on this. So, runes were nerfed. So they're not going to do a whole lot. The highest possible rune used to give you +12% critical chance. Now it gives you +6. But because the rings are not supposed to have sockets, and because this is the only ring that does, I'm going to use that to my advantage and help out. So what I want to do today, before we get started with Robo, is I want to create 2 medium fire runes. It's going to give +4% chance each, and we're going to pop them into our gear. So inside Code of Conjuring, we have 1 small flame rune, and we don't need it in there. So I can take that and get rid of that. So let's just get rid of the rune that's in here. And inside the Wicked, we have a small flame rune. We're gonna keep that, but we're gonna change it out. So rather than the Wicked having a small one, we're gonna have a medium one in there instead. So let's take this out. Now, the Ring of Intelligence also has a small fire one as well. We want medium ones in here, so we're taking the small one out because we're going to use them for crafting. Okay, so that takes care of this gear. They're all unsocketed now. In order to create fire runes, it's so cool how they did this. I need bone dust and star dust. I need to make the dust from them. So we're going to take the mortar and pestle.
As long as I don't think about it too much.
Actually, can I just do that right now?
You're safe.
No, I have the recipes up here, but they're not in our sheet yet. So once I start doing them in the sheet, then it'll work. And I actually kind of want to do this in a different location because these guys are just talking over me and it's kind of obnoxious. So let's just go to Lady Vengeance really quick. Now they won't be talking over me. There's another oil barrel right here. So I moved that oil barrel in the middle of town so that I could do this. And now I realize that they're just talking over me all the time. So now I don't have to worry about it anymore. All right. I also went back to the Obliterator wand because it does more damage. It still gives me the +1 intelligence, so it is what it is. Anyway, so I can also give this ring to like the Prince or something, or Sabine. A little bit of Necro and his characters will help him heal, plus the Warfare. It's probably a good ring for them. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little crafting. So we're going to get the mortar and pestle. Where is it? Mortar and pestle. Here it is. And I want to get anything that's bones. Anything that's bone, I can grind it up for bone dust. So we'll take the skull, for example, grind it up. We get more bone dust. We can get any of these bones. And a lot of these items I've already transferred from the Prince because I knew I was going to be doing this stuff. But by making this into bone dust, we actually increase its store value too. So we can sell it for more as a crafting supply when it's bone dust, which is kind of nice. So we're going to do this. My head is in the way. No, it's not. It's fine. I mean, it's in the way of some of my items, but it's not, like, in the way of where the action is. I'm moving the stuff. The action is... I'm moving the action where it's not in the way of my head. I think this is enough bone dust. I think we have enough. We have 12. Yeah, I think 12 is enough. So now I need Stardust. Stardust is made with Stardust herbs. Anytime we see Stardust herbs, we have to grab them. Whenever we see them, we have to grab them. It's a big deal. So let me make sure I'm in the voice channel for Robo too in case he wants to talk. Yeah, okay, good. And then I'll just turn this on really quick so you can hear him if he decides to chime in. Cool. Okay, so Stardust. This is actually worth quite a bit, but we're gonna grind it up in Stardust anyway. So combine, we get Stardust from that. Let's keep going, and a little bit more. Should be good. I think I should have 6 Stardust right now, right? Yeah. So I now have 13 bone dust, 6 Stardust. What I need to craft a rune, a small fire rune, is I need wood, anything that's wood, an oil source, which is why I'm standing next to an oil barrel, and something called pixie dust. So you get pixie dust from combining bone dust and Stardust. Piece of cake. Gives me pixie dust, okay? So I'll make a whole bunch of pixie dust, at least as much as I can, which in this case I think is 6, because that's as much Stardust as I have. So there you go. So we have 6 pixie dust. With that, I should be able to craft now a small flame rune, provided I have the oil source, which I do. However, I already have 2 small flame runes. To make a medium one, you take 2 small ones, and then pixie dust, you combine it for a medium one. So I'm just gonna do that now. So I have 3 small ones. I'm gonna split this up. Let's just split them completely here. So 2 small flames plus some pixie dust will equal a medium one. Now it used to be more powerful than this before Divinity Definitive Edition. Small ones used to do 3%, mediums did 6%, large ones did 9%, and then there was like giant ones that did 12. Now it only goes up by 1%. They really nerfed these, but 1% is 1%. It'll help a little bit. So that's a medium one. I want to do the same thing, but we need to make 2 more small ones before we do it. Now, luckily, if we have the oil barrel in our inventory, which I do now, the crafting screen, the recipe screen, will automatically show me that I can make something. So we're gonna make another small rune. And once it does, any recipe that I can make will show up. I already know how to make a medium one now because I just made one. So now I can make another medium one if I want to. Excellent. So with 2 medium ones, I can now take my Ring of Intelligence and pop a medium one in there. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that, okay? Medium one is in there. And then I can also take the Wicked Amulet that I have, and I can stick one in there too. So now, when I put my gear back on, I have a 23% crit chance on Feign now, okay? So 23% chance to crit. If I wanted to do a large one, I would take the 2 mediums, and I would combine the 2 mediums with Pixie Dust, and that gives me a large one, which is a 5% chance to crit. So let's try that now. We'll take and make a small one. Make 2 small ones, I think. 1, 2. Okay, and that gives me a medium. Then I can take the medium that's out of this ring. Take the medium out of this ring. Go back to recipes. No, it need to go to combine. Yeah, here we go. Split these. Let's take the 2 smalls. Combine them with... No, I should have a medium one. Don't I still have 2 medium ones? Am I short on Pixie Dust for this? Wait, Amulet of the Deep has a small one in it. Oh, cool. Well, we'll just take it out of this one then. Amulet of the Deep has a small one in it. Yeah, so let's take that out. Oh, that means I used 1 extra Pixie Dust that I didn't want to use. I crafted too many of them. You know, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna make a large one, and we'll just have an extra small one sitting around. It's not a big deal, I have an extra small one. Yeah, we'll have an extra small one now. I think. No, I need 1 more Pixie Dust to make the large one. I crafted too many, guys. I went too far. I went too far. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, you see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to up my crit chance. So when I do, I'm just gonna put the medium one back in, and when I get more stuff, then I'll make the large one. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Get in there. There we go. All right, so 23% crit chance. So when I get to level 13, I'm gonna have a new talent, and I'm gonna take Hothead. Hothead talent gives me plus 10 critical chance when I'm at full vitality. And since he's a necromancer, he should be at full vitality a lot because he's life stealing everything he hits. So that gives Feign a 33% chance. 1 in 3. 1 in 3 spells will critically hit. That sounds nice. So we're gonna try that. I like it. Anyway, so that's my crafting little tutorial thing that I was doing. And that's what I was like, I wanted to walk people through some of the stuff I do when I'm like offline. Let me put this oil barrel back. We can go in and get things. So at level 13, we're gonna have that, it'll be nice. This extra fire rune actually, we can put it in here, but it's not gonna help her much because she doesn't have Savage Sortilege. So I wonder if there's a different rune I can put in hers. If I could put in, it's this one. We need to be, I don't have control of the prince anymore. The prince has all the runes. The prince has all the other runes. I was kind of stealing things from him. I also made a bunch of resurrection scrolls, which I think I put on in Fein's inventory. I'm pretty sure I put it in Fein's inventory. But I made resurrection scrolls by combining the life essence we had and the water essence we had with sheets of paper. We had a whole bunch of these essences. So I made like 4 of them, 5 of them, something like that, which saves us a bunch of money in the long run. So Fein's bag should have a bunch, I think. No, I didn't make them. I was going to make them, but I didn't make them. So the prince has all the life essences, and I was going to use his life essences to do it, right? He has 2 of these, and I thought he had some water ones too. I don't remember where they went. It don't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. Either way, we had a whole bunch. I don't know where they went. I'm pretty sure I was making them, but I guess not. Unless they, oh, you know what they probably did? They probably went into my backpack. Not here. Did they go into Los's bag? She's only got 1. So Feign doesn't have them. It must have went in somebody's backpack. It had to have. Oh well. Save money, don't die. Yeah. Anyway, that's my little tut, if you will. Anyway, let's meet up with the prince. Hi, prince. We're just gonna walk around him now. This is like his cue that I'm ready to go, basically.